Are you using marijuana? But if it's a question of they don't like your boyfriend and you don't want to abide by their rules and they say, well, you can't stay here, then that's something completely different. 2023 CR 3050A, State of Texas versus Gabriella Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Mick Aguilera standing in for Lorraine Efron.
All right.
On behalf of Lorraine Efron.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, do you have any objections to Mr. Aguilera standing in for Lorraine Efron?
No, Your Honor.
Right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
She has.
All right, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Again, this is you're not eligible for community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2023 CR 3051B. There's to be restitution, if any, to Jose Casares, Miguel Rosas, Ashley Almeida. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. And by the way, Daniel Escobar with the state of Texas.
Thank you. Did you review the paragraph with your attorney entitled Waiver of Appeal, and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 250 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Jose Casares, Miguel Rosas, and Ashley Almeida. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
And we have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, if you'll consider it, the state saw fit to recommend supervision.
All right, anything you want to say on behalf? I'm sorry, anything you wish to say, Ms. Sanchez?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. If you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Um,
And you just seen
Marijuana.
somebody else has been tested. Marijuana, anything else?
no, ma'am.
All right, why are you using marijuana?
Just to use it?
All right, so that's going to stop. You understand? Because you're going to be on deferred adjudication here. And marijuana is not legal in Texas and it's not legal while you're on probation. Are you employed?
No, Your Honor,
So how are you supporting yourself?
my boyfriend.
All right, do you have any children?
No,
Where are your parents?
they're outside,
Okay, how old are you?
19.
And when you say they're outside in the hallway?
Mhm.
Do they know what's going on with this case?
I don't know.
So they just showed up and you tell them to wait outside?
They just showed up. I don't have a good relationship with them.
Okay, why not?
We just don't get along.
Why? The reason why I'm asking these questions is because I'm trying to give you conditions of probation. Like if there's something in your past that happened between you and your parents, then maybe you may need help with that to address that issue. But if it's a question of they don't like your boyfriend and you don't want to abide by their rules and they say, well, you can't stay here, then that's something completely different. So what are your issues with them?
My father mistreats me.
Okay. All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Getting a job.
But I mean, what do you want to do? Like, what are your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations?
Performing arts, like theater.
Okay. So what are you doing to try to get yourself in theater?
I can always go back to school. I have money saved up to attend college whenever I feel like it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you don't work towards your hopes and dreams, they're not going to happen. I mean, you may be walking down the street one day and somebody may come up to you and say, wow, that looks like somebody who should be in arts. But usually it doesn't happen. I will tell you, a lot of the older actors from what they call old Hollywood, they would work at a theater and then they ended up becoming actors and actresses. Lauren Bacall worked at a theater as a cigarette girl. They don't have those anymore. All right. 10 years deferred adjudication, affirmative finding of deadly weapon, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, restitution and no contact, and that's restitution, if any, to Jose Caceres, Miguel Rojas, Ashley Almina. There's going to be 250 hours community service restitution. If she attends college or goes to some kind of trade school where she's trying to make her dreams come true, then the court will consider waiving those community service hours. So whether you want to just be doing busy work, although community services, you learn something whenever you do it. But if you want to do something to better yourself, then I'm giving you that opportunity. So some type of trade school or college. And if you're going to do college, the court requires full time. And for the court, that's at least 9 hours. There is to be anger management, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want regular UAs, and I want her tested for levels. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And probation, if there are no issues after 3 months, then you may do field visits however you see fit. All right, probation, is there anything else she needs? We can do a TAP evaluation. All right, anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes,
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. This could have went south so quickly, and you could be looking at maybe doing prison time. So you need to think before you act. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Just remain in court, and probation are going to go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
Well, he has two cases, so he only pled to one case? Yes.
I'm gonna TSC that too.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 001031, State versus Michael Anthony Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Yeah, Ron Ross for defendant.
All right, off the record for a moment. And I see your client signed in my spot as judge. That's okay.
I think you can read it, just, right, you can read that. Hold on.
So there's that one. All right. We are ready to proceed. All right, so we're back on the record in 2026 CR 001031, State versus Michael Anthony Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record?
For the state of Texas. Yeah, Ron Ross for defendant.
All right, and are you Mr. Michael Anthony Castillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of guilty on March 19th, 2026 to the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is silent on your application. They're taking in consideration 2026 CR 000420 and 2025 CC 016151. There's an affirmative finding of family violence and no contact with the complainants. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Defense has, Judge. Yes, Your Honor. I think there's also from the time of the record.
Let me see. Yes, you're correct.
I guess state has reviewed it. State has no objection.
Defense, any objection?
No objection.
The state is silent. Defense, any witnesses?
No, we have none.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
He does. He has a couple of felony, state jail felony drug cases less than 1 gram. No other felonies. He's got a couple of misdemeanors in the past. He's 34. He wants a chance to. He's got kids. He's had some. His mother and his father's died in past couple of years, but he's kind of thing screwed him up a little bit. But he wants a chance. He's got kids. He wants a chance to get back with his kids and to do what he's supposed to do. He's asking for a deferred. He knows what deferred is. He knows the consequences if you mess him up. And I would point out in this, the weapon was a knife. And I don't know that he tried to stab her with it. It's more of a exhibited knife. So I'm asking the court to give him deferred adjudication. And I think as part of that, I think it would be good as recommended by probation that he be sent to Sadoff to address the drug problem he may have.
So here's my question. And maybe you can answer it for me. I have two. One, state, I know you're silent, but I'm not the person who took this plea. So did you all have contact with the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, the other thing, and it doesn't inform me in the stipulations. I don't understand why it's to this point. Like what happened?
I think there's drug issues right here.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to go into the facts of this, but
well, usually when in the stipulated evidence, it will say there's alcohol.
Right.
I mean, and I don't see that. I know he was search incident to the arrest and they say there were drugs, but I'm trying to figure out why did he get to this point?
Yeah.
For the record,
Michael Anthony Castillo.
Okay, Michael, I don't want to talk about the facts of this case, but there's one question the judge asked, I need to ask you. At the time this happened, were you on drugs at the time?
Yes, I was.
Do you have a drug problem?
Uh,
Or had a drug problem?
I had a drug
You think drug treatment would maybe help you?
I do.
You have children?
I do. I have two.
You want to get your life in order, and are you tired of this kind of behavior?
Yes, I am.
You understand if the judge gave you deferred, you understand what the consequences would be?
I'm fully aware of the consequences.
Pass a witness.
Mr. Garcia, you mentioned that you were under the influence of drugs at the time of this offense.
Yes.
What drug would that have been?
Methamphetamine.
How often did you use methamphetamine, or have you used methamphetamine? Excuse me.
Twice a day.
Yes, when did you first start using methamphetamine?
Probably 17.
17. Okay, how old are you now?
34.
34. So for roughly 17 years, you've been regularly using methamphetamine.
I had a clean point in my addiction. I was 4 years clean.
4 years. Okay, what caused you to relapse?
To be honest, it was just too much time on my hands.
Much time, and so you decided to use it.
Yeah.
What caused you to first start using methamphetamine at 17?
It was past the month.
Okay. Now, you've had an opportunity to address that in the past, correct?
Yes.
You did outpatient treatment, right?
Please.
Okay, and even after that, you started to use again, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you feel like more stringent inpatient treatment would be a benefit to you? Okay. You both become clean?
Yes, sir.
I have no further questions.
One follow-up, you said you were clean for 4 years. And then you relapsed. That's all I think.
all right. How many children do you have?
2 children that are mine and 2 stepbrothers.
And those children, the mother's the complainant in this case or no? So how long have you known the complainant in this case?
Before my incarceration was 4 months.
Thank you, State.
Judge?
Probation, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. He's to remain in custody until transfer to SATF, and also remain in custody for referral to felony drug court. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with there's to be no residing in households with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider with minors. Take in consideration 2026 CR 000420 and 2025 CC 016151. And I'm so sorry, Mr. Castillo, I forgot to ask you. Would you like for me to grant your application for deferred, or I'll send you to prison for 3 years? Which one?
For my,
Do you want probation or prison for 3 years? All right. And there's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once parenting classes are complete, 50 hours will be deemed satisfied. Another 50 hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of anger management. And then the remaining 100 hours, there'll be a deduction of 1 hour for every sober support meeting that is completed. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And there was something mentioned, and I don't know if y'all want to address it with him. There was something mentioned in the PSI report about an evaluation they did concerning trauma. So are you all able to do a trauma assessment?
Yes.
Because they said they did an adverse childhood experience questionnaire and they have to do a follow-up. So if y'all are able to do a trauma assessment.
Yes.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
Yeah. Clarification, Judge.
Yes.
He has children. Apparently he's not with the children or the mother. And when this happened anyway, you said don't live with children and no contact. Does that
No,
include his
it
children?
said no unsupervised contact. And
No
that's something I'll reconsider once he's completed parenting classes.
So the deal is you can't live with them and no unsupervised contact. You understand? You can still see that you have a supervised.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
oh, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Judge Stephanie Boyd didn't just sentence Gabriella Sanchez. She challenged her to decide what kind of future she actually wants. At just 19 years old, Gabriella stood in a Texas courtroom facing an aggravated assault charge that could have destroyed her life forever. But instead of only focusing on punishment, the judge focused on potential. Deferred adjudication gave her a second chance, but with strict conditions and zero room for mistakes. This case shows how the justice system can sometimes become a crossroads instead of a dead end. The real question is, will Gabriella use this opportunity to build a future or waste the last warning she may ever get?